Let's look at the second story. Pause the video and have a go at putting the verbs in the correct tense. Remember, it's only past simple, past continuous. There are no other tenses, only these two. Okay, I'll bet you got it correct, although maybe you didn't. Let's have a look. Number 1, I met Tom and Jane at the airport a few weeks ago. They were going to Paris and I was going to Rome. We had a chat while we were waiting for our flights. Any questions? I have a question. Why is number 1 met? How do we know the first verb should be past simple here? Well, the first reason is a few weeks ago. A few weeks ago is a specific time, 一定的时间. If you tell the listener when something happened in the past, if you tell the exact or specific time, it's past simple. Another reason, I met Tom and Jane, is an important action in this story. In fact, it's probably the most important. Every important action in a story is past simple. Any questions? Yes, I have a question. How about, I met Tom and Jane at the airport. They went to Paris and I went to Rome. Is that right or wrong? Well, the grammar is perfect. Remember, if you use past simple tense, it sounds correct, but what does it mean? Remember, past simple is the correct order of actions. 一步一步的 past simple. What happened first? First I met Tom and Jane. What happened next? I met Tom and Jane, 然后 they went to Paris. So now, Tom and Jane are not here. 他们不在了. I met Tom and Jane, 然后 they went to Paris. 然后 I went to Rome. So now, nobody is at the airport. 我们都不在了。我们都离开了。 然后 we had a chat. What? Let me think. I met Tom and Jane. Then they went. They 离开了. And then I went to Rome. How did we have a chat? That's crazy. Maybe we had a chat on Skype or WeChat or something like that. But in this story, we had a chat while we were waiting for our flight. So that means we were still at the airport, which means number 2 and number 3 cannot be past simple. It's crazy. So, going to Paris and going to Rome are long activities. In this story, go is not a short, finished action. It's a long, continuous activity. When did go to Paris begin? Well, maybe 3 months before. Maybe Tom and Jane began preparing to go to Paris 3 months ago. And so 3 months ago, they can begin to tell their friends, we are going to Paris. Are they traveling at that time? No, maybe not. But because they are preparing to go and they have planned to go, maybe they have bought their plane tickets. Maybe they have begun packing their bags, getting passports and visas, etc. They can say, we are going. And at the time when I met them at the airport, finished or not finished? Not finished. They were still going to Paris. And I was still going to Rome. Now the last one, while we were waiting for our flights. When we use the word while, the meaning of while, the meaning is long time. We use the word while to talk about long, continuous activities. So, we can say past simple. We can say while we waited. Because the word while tells us that I am not talking about a normal past simple. The word while tells us a long time. So to be honest, it doesn't matter if you use past simple or past continuous with the word while.